Hey everyone! I'd love to hear from you. What tool review would you like me to create an in-depth analysis video on? Drop your suggestions in the comments below, and I will get started on making the most requested one. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, as I upload trending tool insights.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. For years, AI image generators have been amazing, but let's be honest, they often had some quirks. Think melting faces, those infamous six-fingered hands, or text that looked like, indecipherable alien script.
Yeah, definitely seen those.
But today, we're plunging into Google's latest breakthrough in AI image generation, Imagen 4. It claims to have finally conquered many of these uncanny valley challenges, especially with text.
Right.
It officially unveiled just this Tuesday at Google I/O 2025.
Hot off the press.
Exactly. Our mission today is to really extract the most important nuggets of knowledge from the sources, giving you a shortcut to being well-informed about Imagen 4, its capabilities, and what it truly means for the future of visual creation.
That's right. Imagen 4 represents Google DeepMind's most advanced AI image generator to date. Its core function is, it's powerful, transforming your text prompts into remarkably realistic visuals.
Building on Imagen 3, I assume.
Exactly, building directly on its predecessor, Imagen 3, and pushing the boundaries quite significantly.
And when we say remarkably realistic, we mean it. Imagine typing something, pretty straightforward, like a cat wearing sunglasses on a beach at sunset.
Okay.
And seeing a picture that looks like it could actually be a photograph, ready in moments. That's pretty compelling stuff right out of the gate.
It really is.
But what's the secret behind that realism? What truly makes Imagen 4 stand out from what we've seen before?
Well, what really makes Imagen 4 stand out are its core enhancements, particularly in photorealism, overall visual detail, and crucially, typography.
Typography.
Yeah, it has this impressive ability to render sharp, readable text directly within the images it creates, which, as you know, has been a huge hurdle for previous models.
So it's finally addressing those persistent pain points, the ones we've all seen in earlier models.
Exactly.
Like those notoriously bad AI hands or getting natural lighting right, and especially that legible text thing. Is that what Imagen 4 is really solving here?
Precisely. As Josh Woodward, he's Google's Labs group lead, put it, he said, "We've also paid a lot of attention and fixes around how it generates text and typography."
Typography, interesting.
So it's wonderful for creating slides or invitations or any other thing where you might need to blend imagery and text. It really signifies a major leap forward for, practical applications.
And you can actually get your hands on this now. Where is it available?
Yeah, it's accessible through various Google platforms. Think Gemini, Vertex AI Studio, Whisk, and Google AI Studio.
Okay.
And it's also integrated with ImageFX, which is quite neat because it even offers you prompt suggestions to get started.
So Google making it pretty accessible then.
They absolutely are. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, this isn't just some niche tool. It's entering a booming market.
Right.
The global AI text-to-image generator market is valued at something like $401.6 million in 2024.
Wow.
And it's projected to reach, get this, $1.53 billion by 2034.
That's a huge jump.
Huge jump, growing at a CAGR of 14.3%. That kind of growth isn't just about bigger numbers. It signals a fundamental shift in how visual assets will be created and consumed, really across every industry.
So we're moving away from skill being the bottleneck.
Exactly. We're moving from a world where visual creation was bottlenecked by skill and time to one where imagination is becoming the primary constraint. And that's a pretty disruptive insight for anyone in marketing, design, or content creation.
Definitely something to think about.
So let's dig into how it actually works under the hood. Imagen 4 is what we call a text-to-image diffusion model.
Diffusion model. Okay.
Essentially, it takes your written prompt and slowly transforms random visual noise, like static on an old TV, into a detailed image that precisely matches your request.
Almost like sculpting from noise.
Kind of, yeah. Gradually revealing an image from that static.
You mentioned diffusion transformer earlier. That sounds pretty complex. Can you break down, maybe in simpler terms, why this particular combination of technologies allows for such a leap in accuracy and realism?
Sure. So it's built on this diffusion transformer architecture. And here's the kind of aha moment. Right. Previous models often struggled to truly connect the nuance of language, the subtleties in a prompt, with the precision needed for visual rendering.
Got it.
By blending the step-by-step image creation of diffusion models with the deep contextual language understanding you get from transformers.
Okay, I see the connection.
Google isn't just generating dial images, they're finally bridging that critical gap between what a human intends and what the AI actually executes. It makes truly complex visual concepts much more achievable.
And the training data.
It was trained on a massive, high-quality collection of images paired with text. Now, the exact sources aren't public,
of course,
but the results definitely speak to the quality of that data. It's clearly learned a lot about relationships between words and pixels.
That sounds like it could simplify things a lot for the user.
Yeah.
The sources suggest that with Imagen 4, you don't need to be super technical when writing prompts. It supposedly just gets the tone, style, layout naturally. So you're telling me I don't need to learn all that complex prompt engineering anymore, like, isometric view, volumetric lighting, octane render. Is it really that user-friendly?
For many common tasks, yeah, it seems remarkably intuitive. Obviously, more complex prompts still give better results, but the baseline understanding is higher.
Okay.
And its deep integration with Google tools like ImageFX and Gemini makes it even easier to use without needing to write any code.
Right. That lowers the barrier to entry.
Exactly. It connects it seamlessly to Google's broader AI ecosystem, which also helps with speed, safety features, and overall performance.
The claims sound impressive, but, the real test is always in the field.
Huh.
So how does Imagen 4 actually perform in real-world scenarios, especially compared to Imagen 3? What are the tangible improvements?
Oh, the differences are quite striking, actually. Take text rendering. Imagen 3 often produced text that was, distorted or just plain unreadable.
Yeah, I've seen that a lot.
Whereas Imagen 4 delivers sharp, clear, and often stylized text that really matches the prompt. It looks like it belongs in the image.
Okay, big improvement there. What else?
Photorealism. Imagen 3 sometimes gave results that felt a bit flat or artificial. Imagen 4, on the other hand, produces far more realistic skin textures, lighting, just general textures that feel much more photographic.
And human features, the hands, the eyes.
That's another big one. Imagen 3 often struggled with unnatural-looking hands, teeth, eyes. You know the look.
The uncanny valley effect.
Exactly. Imagen 4 shows much better facial details, more natural hands, and more lifelike expressions. It's not perfect, but it's a definite step up.
And understanding the prompt itself.
Also improved. Imagen 3 often required very specific, sometimes convoluted instructions. Imagen 4 seems to handle more creative, even casual prompts with impressive accuracy. It gets the intent better.
Okay. What about complex scenes? Lots of elements.
Yeah, scene complexity. Imagen 3 often struggled with crowded or related visuals, multiple objects, multiple people.
It would kind of muddle them together.
Yeah, it could get confused. Imagen 4 manages multiple objects and people much more gracefully. Things tend to stay distinct and make sense compositionally.
That's a really impressive list of improvements. But beyond Google's own claims, what do the independent evaluations say? The benchmarks. Where does it actually stand in the broader landscape?
That's a crucial point. It earned one of the highest scores on GenAI Bench.
Okay, GenAI Bench.
Yeah, that's a leading independent evaluation platform for generative AI, and specifically, it scored high in overall preference.
Meaning humans preferred its output.
Exactly. When human evaluators compared images side by side, they consistently preferred Imagen 4's results. It also holds the number 5 spot on the Artificial Analysis Text-to-Image Model Leaderboard.
Number 5, okay. Who's it competing with there?
It's right up there with models like GPT-4o, Flux.1 Context, and Recraft v3, so it's definitely playing in the major leagues now. This really positions Imagen 4 strongly in the current market.
We've also seen some concrete examples from hands-on testing that really illustrate its capabilities. For instance, there was a prompt for a lifelike portrait of a woman in her 40s.
Okay.
The result was apparently beautiful. The subject, the lighting, even details like freckles and jewelry matched the prompt perfectly. The mood, color tones, composition all felt natural and well-balanced.
Sounds good.
Another success was a comic book cover with dynamic title text. The prompt included the title Starblade Legends, Shadows of Nebulon Issue #12.
Right, a good test for the text rendering.
And apparently it rendered that title clearly and naturally embedded within the comic cover design. Looked authentic.
That's impressive.
However, it's not perfect everywhere. A prompt for a cinematic macro shot of a fluffy white rabbit.
Ah, the fluffy texture challenge.
Exactly. The image aligned well with the prompt overall, but the fur lacked that really fine texture, and the environment felt a bit, artificial. So the infamous AI fur texture problem still lingers a bit.
Yeah. Some challenges definitely persist. The Apollo AI case study also highlighted areas where it can still struggle.
Like what?
Well, for instance, a complex military base scene. It produced a visually appealing environment, but the soldiers' facial features were kind of indistinct, blurry.
Details still tricky sometimes.
And get this, another test involving a lady by the river resulted in her having 3 hands.
Oh no, not the 3 hands again.
So the lady with 3 hands meme, unfortunately, still makes an occasional appearance.
Oh, okay.
And even with typography, which is generally a strength, a retro movie poster prompt failed to render the text completely, even though the other design elements were good.
Just still some inconsistencies.
Yes. But the crucial learning from that case study, though, was that detailed prompts yield better results. They got a really high-quality image from a futuristic vehicle prompt, but it had very comprehensive instructions.
The prompt crafting still matters.
It definitely helps, especially for complex requests.
It's interesting to see what actual users are saying, too, like on Reddit. There seems to be a lot of excitement over custom aspect ratios finally being available in Gemini.
Yes. Breaking the square image tyranny.
Finally. Breaking that 1.1 limitation. Users are thrilled about that. But there's also some, maybe, confusion about access and which model they're actually using sometimes.
Yeah, that can happen with rollouts.
And some comparisons to ChatGPT's versatility, suggesting maybe DALL-E via ChatGPT still holds an edge in certain integration scenarios or creative flexibility. So huge strides, but maybe still a bit of a learning curve for some users.
That sounds about right. It's powerful, but understanding how to best use it takes a little time.
So considering all of this, who is Imagen 4 really for? Who benefits most?
Well, it's a remarkably versatile tool. It benefits a really wide range of users. Think marketers, for instance.
Okay, how so?
They can use it for ad visuals, packaging mockups, brand storytelling images. Basically, generating marketing assets quickly.
Makes
Content creators, obviously. YouTube thumbnails, blog headers, presentation slides. Educators could use it for illustrative diagrams or classroom posters.
What about designers? UX, UI.
Definitely. UX UI designers can use it for rapid concept visualizations, maybe environment mockups for interfaces. Journalists and bloggers can quickly create visual aids for their stories.
Even artists.
Yeah, even artists and illustrators can find use cases, perhaps for reference generation or just exploring style inspiration. The applications are really quite broad.
That's a pretty comprehensive list.
Yeah.
Now, if you're listening and want to get the best results from Imagen 4, the sources offered some actionable tips, kind of prompt engine secrets.
Okay.
First, always put the subject first in your prompt.
Yeah.
That seems key.
Right. Focus the AI early.
Second, use strong modifiers, words like sharp, soft, light, realistic, to really refine the vision.
Good descriptive words.
Aim for prompts between, say, 15 to 25 words. Too short can be generic. Apparently, too long can dilute the focus.
Finding that sweet spot.
And for text rendering, this is important, add the desired text in quotes, usually at the end, like poster with the title, Neon Dreams.
Got it. Quotes are key for text.
Use format or style cues early on, like comic cover or product photo, to guide the layout from the start.
Set the stage.
Lighting keywords are powerful too.
Right.
Golden hour, studio lighting, things like that can really boost realism.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, just avoid vague prompts. Stack your details logically, describe the subject, then the setting, lighting, style, and then finally add any text.
Be specific, be structured.
Exactly. You could try prompts like maybe a futuristic cityscape at dawn with holographic billboards that would test lighting and reflections,
Nice one.
or a fashion magazine cover featuring a model in gold attire with the text Fall Trends 2025 that really pushes the text rendering and layout quality.
Those sound like good test prompts. Mastering those prompt secrets will definitely help you get the best results from Imagen 4. For many, though, the next question is always about, how practical is it? Access, cost.
Right, the practicalities. What are the options there?
Okay, so regarding cost and access, Imagen 4 offers some flexible pricing. You can actually get 20 watermark images per month for free via Google AI Studio.
Okay, free tier to try it out.
Exactly. For more volume, there's Google AI Pro. That's about $20 a month for 400 images.
Reasonable.
Then there's Google AI Ultra, which is more enterprise level, $249 a month for 2,500 images.
Okay, scaling up.
And if you need really granular control or API access for integration, the Vertex AI API charges a very precise 0.00001 per image. So pay as you go per image.
Very precise indeed. So options for different levels of need.
Definitely.
So based on everything we've unpacked today, let's try and summarize the core strengths and maybe the areas where it's still developing, and pros and cons, essentially.
Yep, good.
Okay, on the pro side, highly photorealistic images, natural lighting, good textures, that seems clear.
Agreed.
Excellent at rendering clear text within images, great for slides, posters, that kind of thing.
Big plus.
It has strong benchmark scores, as you mentioned, improved prompt understanding compared to Imagen 3, handles multi-object scenes better, maintains consistent style across batches, which is useful.
Yeah, consistency is important.
Plus, that easy access via ImageFX and Gemini makes it pretty beginner-friendly.
Definitely accessible.
Okay, now for the cons. It still struggles with accurate anatomy sometimes.
The extra hands.
The extra hands problem isn't totally gone. Typography rendering, while much improved, isn't perfect every single time.
Right, occasional glitches.
It seems to have maybe limited art styles compared to some competitors known for more artistic range.
That's fair.
It's also not fully public everywhere yet, access still rolling out or via specific platforms. And despite being user-friendly, complex prompts are often still needed for the very best, most specific results.
Good summary. It's powerful but has trade-offs. And maybe to put Imagen 4 in context with other leading AI image generators, just briefly.
Yeah, how does it stack up?
Okay, so for pure photorealism, Imagen 4 is rated high, but a competitor like Midjourney is often considered very high.
Okay, Midjourney still leads slightly there.
Potentially, yes. But when it comes to text rendering, Imagen 4 is rated excellent, while Midjourney is actually rated poor. Big difference there.
Ah, so Imagen 4 wins on text.
Clearly. For creative style variety, Imagen 4 is seen as moderate, whereas Midjourney and Adobe Firefly are considered very high. They offer more artistic presets, perhaps.
Right, different strengths.
Ease of use is where Imagen 4 shines again. It's rated easy via Gemini and ImageFX, putting it on par with tools like DALL-E, Firefly, and Bing Image Creator.
So very user-friendly access.
Exactly. Overall, in the specific review we looked at, both Imagen 4 and Midjourney actually received the same overall rating, 4.5 out of 5 stars.
Interesting. Neck and neck overall, but with different pros and cons.
Precisely. And it's worth noting, just as a bit of broader industry context, Disney and Universal have actually filed a lawsuit against Midjourney.
Oh, really? Why?
Allegedly for using their intellectual properties without authorization during training. Adds a whole layer of complexity and legal questions to this rapidly evolving field.
Wow, yeah. That's a significant development to watch.
Yeah.
So to kind of wrap things up here, the core message seems to be that Imagen 4 truly represents a significant leap for Google's image generation capabilities, especially with that sharp text rendering and the push towards more realistic visuals.